Welcome, PVT Express News. Subscribe to the channel to not miss new videos. And now for today's content. In the dazzling world of showbiz, where every glance is magnified and every smile dissected, some stories unfold not in the headlines, but in the silences. One such story belongs to Songyun, whose quiet affection for Kai has lingered in the background for years, a soft, steadfast devotion rarely seen in the chaos of celebrity culture. This isn't a tale of passionate declarations or grand romantic gestures. It's a story of grace, of waiting, of a woman who chooses to love not loudly, but deeply and patiently. Songyun, beloved for her warm presence and genuine charm, has always stood out in the entertainment industry for her authenticity. But behind her professionalism lies a subtler narrative, one that attentive fans have slowly pieced together. In her partnership with Kai, a rising star known for his composed demeanor, there's something more than just on-screen chemistry. There's a current of emotion that can't quite be scripted. Their bond began on set, where their roles brought them close for months. As their characters fell in love, so too did their connection grow stronger, one that refused to vanish even after the cameras stopped rolling. What followed was not a whirlwind romance, but a series of soft, unguarded moments, shared laughter behind the scenes, quiet glances during interviews, and a comfort in each other's presence that didn't feel performative. But what makes Songyun's story so moving is not the possibility of romance, it's the restraint with which she handles her feelings. She never speaks openly of love. She never claims Kai as her own. Instead, she stands quietly by, showing what it means to love without asking for anything in return. Her love is not a spotlight, it is a steady candle, quietly glowing. While the media speculate and fans observe, Songyun remains dignified. She doesn't seek validation. She doesn't dramatize. She simply waits, living her life with purpose and joy. And yet, those who watch her closely can see it. Every time Kai is mentioned, her eyes soften. Every compliment she gives him, while wrapped in formality, is delivered with a tenderness that can't be rehearsed. Over time, admiration has deepened into something more. But Kai, ever the private soul, keeps his emotions close. He rarely indulges in romantic rumors. Yet here and there, little signs escape him, moments that seem to say more than words ever could. At one event, he was seen instinctively adjusting Songyun's dress before they took the stage. In another clip, he patiently waited nearby while she wrapped up an interview. Small gestures. Deep meaning. Still, he has never publicly revealed what he feels, if anything at all. And that makes Songyun's position uniquely poignant. She doesn't demand reciprocation. She doesn't paint herself as a tragic heroine. She simply loves, with the kind of emotional grace that few possess. A love that gives without needing to take. Her devotion has quietly shaped the years. When Kai found himself under media scrutiny, it was Songyun who offered support, not through grand statements, but through subtle encouragement and silent solidarity. She never made herself the center of his storm, but she was always there, just beyond the spotlight, a reassuring presence. And then, there was the moment fans remember vividly. During an interview, Songyun was asked about her ideal type. She didn't name anyone, but her words painted a picture unmistakably familiar: calm, steady, mature. A person who made her feel safe, just by being there. Everyone listening knew. Everyone felt it. In a world obsessed with noise, Songyun's quiet love story is a rare kind of beautiful. It reminds us that sometimes, the deepest feelings are the ones never shouted, only shown. For those who knew Sukai, that description was like a portrait of him. And when asked if she had ever found someone like that, Songyun simply smiled, a smile that said more yes than just silence. Time went by, projects came and went. But this silent love story persisted, unwavering despite the uncertainty. In a world where everything moves fast, Songyun's love for Sukai became a symbol of the strength of feelings that do not depend on reciprocation or status. She loved not to be seen, not to be admired, but because it was the most honest part of her. In recent years, new hope has emerged. The two have been getting closer, not only in professional projects but also in their personal lives. At a reunion event, Songyun and Sukai were caught on camera sitting side by side, laughing carefree, as if there was no longer any formal distance. In the eyes of fans, this was a breath of fresh air that brought hope that perhaps, the wait would end happily. Perhaps, the love that had been kept in silence all this time would find its answer. However, for Songyun, the answer was not everything. Even if it was never spoken, her love was meaningful enough. She had proven that love is about the courage to stay, even when there is no guarantee. About the strength to keep smiling, even though her heart continues to hope. About choosing one person among thousands, and believing that love that is kept sincerely will always find its own way, whether to an embrace or just to peace of mind. Now, when their names are again linked in a new project, the public is speculating again. But whatever the outcome, this story has become an emotional lesson for many people. That there is love that does not need to be announced, does not need to be decorated with fancy words or viral moments. Love like the one Songyun has for Sukai is pure love, silent, loyal, and full of hope. And behind every wait, there is always a story worth remembering. Songyun's story is one of them, a story that may not end with a hug, but always begins with a heart that never gives up. The story of Songyun's waiting for love for Sukai holds many valuable lessons that touch the heart. From her story, we learn that true love does not always have to be possessive or shown off. She loves in silence, not because she is afraid, but because she chooses to keep her feelings pure. In a world full of noise and confession, Songyun's attitude teaches that love can grow in silence, and sincerity can still be conveyed even without words. The patience she shows is a form of extraordinary affection. Waiting for someone without certainty is not easy. However, she never forces that love to be acknowledged or reciprocated openly. Her patience reflects emotional maturity. She does not love Sukai because she wants to possess him, but because she truly appreciates the presence and quality of the person she loves. She never makes her love story a burden for Sukai, never uses her feelings as a weapon to gain sympathy, and does not make it a public drama. Instead, she kept everything quiet, giving Sukai space to grow, be free, and find his own path. From this, we understand that loving does not have to mean sacrificing oneself. Tansongyun continues to live her life, continues to create, continues to shine in her own way. She does not use her waiting as an excuse to stop growing. Instead, she becomes the best version of herself. Not because she wants to look perfect in the eyes of the person she loves, but because she respects herself. This teaches us that healthy love comes from a whole person, not from shortcomings that others hope to complement. Please leave your discussion. Welcome to leave comments. Welcome to my channel. Thank you all.